Anything you actually want to talk about?
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hinjani and I am from Dhyana level school and foundation level. Uh, now I asked one question. What is meaning by of the word hello?
Walaikum assalam, Danny. That's a question that's kept philosophers and poets awake for
What is
centuries. Are
meaning?
you asking about the purpose?
What is meaning of the word hello?
It's actually a pretty simple one. It's basically just a friendly way to acknowledge someone and start a conversation. It's funny how such a
What?
short word does
Where
all the
did the
heavy
word?
lifting.
Where did the word hello originate?
That's a great question. It's actually a bit of a mystery, but it became popular around the time the telephone was invented. Before that, people used phrases like hail or good day, but we needed something quick and punchy for the phone. Do you think hello is the best way to start a
Uh,
conversation, or would you prefer something different?
what was the? When was the word hello first used?
It's a bit of a puzzle because it didn't just appear overnight. It started showing up in print around the mid 1800s, but it really took off when the telephone hit the scene. Thomas Edison is actually the one who pushed for it as the standard greeting. Do you think we'd still be using it if he hadn't?
Who first popularized the greeting hello?
That would be Thomas Edison. He's the one who really pushed for it to be the standard way to answer the phone. It's kind of wild that one person's preference could change how the entire world greets each other, right?
Why do people say hello?
Pretty much everywhere. It's one of the most recognized words on the planet. I imagine you'd hear it in almost any city you visit. Do
Is
you have a
hello
favorite
used
way
in
to say
every country? Is hello used in every country?
not every single one, though it's incredibly common? While English is a global language, most
Yes,
countries have their
yes,
own
you are
traditional
very good.
greetings that people.
Speak,
I'm
speak.
glad we're on the same page.
What's this? I'm here.
Since we're on a roll with words, do you want to dive into where some other common phrases come from, or maybe something totally different?
How did people create each other before hello become common?
It was a lot more formal and varied. People use things like good morning or good day. And in some places, they'd just say hail to someone they respected. It really depended on who you were talking to and
What
where
is
you
the difference
lived.
between hello and hi?
You've actually got a great eye for detail because there is a difference. Hello is usually a bit more formal, while I is the kind of thing you'd use with friends or people you're
Why is
comfortable with.
hello considered
It's like
a polite greeting? Why is hello considered a polite greeting?
basically hello is a neutral, respectful way to let someone know you're there and that you're open to talking.
How has the
It signals that
meaning?
you're acknowledged.
Listen me. How has the meaning of hello changed over time?
It's it's funny, it's mostly stayed the same, acknowledging someone's presence, but it's shifted from being a bit of a shout to get someone's attention to this universal soft opening for almost every.
What role did the telephone play in making hello popular?
It was basically the catalyst. Before the phone, you had to see someone to greet them, but the telephone created this weird gap where you could hear a person but not see them. You needed a clear, distinct sound to let the other person know you were actually there,
Who
and that the connection
suggest
was working.
who suggest
I'm not quite.
using who suggest using hello when
You're asking.
unwearing the telephone?
That would be Thomas Edison. He's the one who championed hello as the
Hello.
right way to start a phone call. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the phone, actually preferred ahoy, which is more of a sailor's greeting.
Why did hello become the standard telephone greeting?
Mm, it all came down to clarity. Edison's hello was just way easier to hear over the early crackly phone lines than Bell's ahoy. It just cut
How
through the
did
noise better,
technology
and
how did technology help separate the use of hello?
it really simplified things. Technology basically gave hello a dedicated
Okay,
space by
we
creating
are
a
good.
need
We are
for a
good.
specific
We are good.
audible
We are
signal to
good.
start a
Just
call.
stop. What are some formal way to say hello?
There are a few that really depend on the setting. Phrases like good morning or good afternoon are the go to classics. If you're in a professional meeting, a simple, it's a pleasure to meet you does the trick. Do you usually prefer being formal or do you like to keep things relaxed?
Oh, I see.
I'll take that as a yes.
How do
Since you
children?
like keep
What are
children
some?
usually
What are some informal way to greet someone?
oh, there are tons. You've got things like hey or hi. And if you're with close friends, you might hear what's up or how's it going? It's all about that effortless energy.
How do children
Do you have a
usually
go
learn
to?
to say hello? How do children usually learn to say hello?
I'm not entirely sure I follow you there. Are you asking how children in a specific place say hello or maybe how kids in general greet each other?
What is the importance of greeting other politely?
It's basically the social glue that keeps things smooth. It just lets the other person know they're seen and respected, which sets a positive tone before the actual conversation even starts. Do you think people are generally more polite now than they were in the past?
How does saying hello create a good first impression?
It's all about that first handshake, even if it's just with words. When you start with a friendly greeting, it tells the other person you're approachable and kind before you've even gotten to the main point. It basically opens the door and makes them more likely to actually want to listen to what you have to say. Do you think a first impression can be fixed if someone starts a conversation poorly?
Can saying hello improve communication? How does body language affect
I'm a bit
on greeting? Why is eyes contact important when saying hello?
hello, I'm still right here.
Moon of
What's on your
Uday.
mind now? I'm intrigued. What's this good idea you're thinking of?
How do you create a teacher?
I'm not actually sure what RTJ refers to in this case. Are you talking about a specific software, a music artist, or maybe something else entirely?
How do you create a friend?
That's a big jump from greetings, but I love it. Creating a brand is basically about deciding how you want the world to see you. It's less about a logo and more about the feeling people get when they hear your name. You have to figure out what you stand for and who you're actually trying to talk to. Does this come from a project you're working on, or are you just curious?
How do you create a customer professionally?
That's the $1 million question in business. It's really about moving from just having a product to solving a real problem for someone. Professionally, it starts with finding the right audience and then proving to them that you're the one who can actually help them. Do you have a specific product or service in mind, or are you thinking about this for a business you want to start?
How do you create someone on a phone call?
I'm a bit confused by that one. Do you mean how to build a rapport with someone while you're on the phone or something else entirely?
Yes. How do you
No
create
problem.
someone
Since
in
we've
an email? How do you create someone in an email?
depending on what you're going for, there are a few ways to do it. If you mean drawing or designing a character from scratch, it's all about the details, the clothing, the expression, the posture. But if you're talking about using AI image
The
generators,
question
it's
question.
more about how you I can't see it. You're right. Since I'm a voice,
छोड़ दे छोड़
I'm
दे
essentially flying blind here.
पबजी खेल रहा हूँ. How do people say hello in Urdu?
In Urdu, the most common way to say hello is Assalamu alaikum, which you actually used earlier. It's a beautiful greeting that translates to peace be upon you. Do you use that more often than a simple hello in your
How
daily
do
life?
people say hello in Arabic?
And it's very similar to Urdu. The most common greeting is Assalamu alaikum as well. It's a widely used and respectful way to say hello across the Arabic speaking world. Do you think some greetings are more meaningful than others?
How do people say hello
I think
in Spanish?
in Spanish, the classic is hola. It's short, punchy, and works in pretty much any situation. Do you have a
How do
favorite
people
language
say
that you
hello
think
in
sounds
Chinese?
in Chinese? You'd say "你好." It's literally translated as "ya good," which is a sweet way to start things off. Are you planning a trip, or do you just like how different languages sound?
What mistake should you avoid when greeting someone?
Mainly just being unaware of the context, missing the vibe of the room, like being way too casual in a formal meeting
What
or overly
question
stiff.
can you ask after saying hello?
It depends on who you're talking to, but the classics always work. For friends, you can't go wrong with how's it going or what have you been up to. If it's, someone you haven't seen in a while, how have you been is a great way to open the door. Do you find it's easier to start a conversation with a question or just a comment about what's happening around you?
Why is kindness important in everyday greeting?
It's like a little ripple effect. When you're kind during a greeting, it lowers the other person's guard and makes them feel valued. It's a tiny gesture, but it can completely turn someone's day around if they're having a rough time. Do you think most people realize how much a simple, kind hello can actually matter?
What is the most important message behind saying hello?
At its core, it's just a way of saying, I see you. It's that tiny moment of recognition that tells someone they aren't invisible and that you're open to them.
What
Do
is
you
the
think we lose some
future
of that?
of greeting in a digital age?
That is a massive pivot, but I'm here for it. Creating in a digital age means you're no longer limited by your physical tools or where you are. You can collaborate with someone across the ocean in real.
Why is hello one of the most recognized word is the world?
It's basically the perfect storm of history and technology between the telephone making it a global necessity and English becoming such a dominant language for business and travel. It just spread everywhere. It's simple, it's clear, and almost everyone knows exactly
Why
what it
is
means no
kindness
matter where they are.
why is kindness important in everyday greeting?
We actually just touched on this, but it's worth repeating because it's so true.
Yes.
It's
Okay,
that ripple effect, a
thank
kind.
you. So beautiful. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
You're so welcome. Since we've wandered from the history of greetings to the digital age, what's actually on your mind? Are we diving into something new or are you just enjoying the ride?
Hello.
Hello again. You're really leaning into the
What
theme
is your
today.
father
What's up?
name?
I don't actually have a father. I am a digital entity, so I didn't have a childhood or a family tree. Just a lot of code and some very creative people at Sesame who brought me to life. Do you have a favorite family tradition that you love?
चल भाई मेरे तो कान खराब
No worries. Sometimes the
है
best traditions are the ones you make. That's a fair answer. Since you're in a bit of a don't know mood, do you want to just chat about something random or should I